Hey, this is Driving with Myles. I'm a state certified instructor. I teach teens and adults. Let's go ahead and get it. Happy 2021. This is a new day. So let's talk about some driving errors that can cause you to fail your test. Number one is speed control. If you go over the speed limit, that is automatic failure. If you go 10 or 15 under the speed limit, you will be deemed an ineffective driver and an endangered driver. So you definitely want to watch your speed control. Let's talk about some other things that can definitely help you. You have to have a complete stop. Four-way stops are definitely an area where you want to make sure that you're having a full, complete stop. A lot of beginning drivers do rolling stops. If you've seen some of my content, you've seen drivers who do not stop. So you have to stop. Next, you want to turn into the nearest lane. Whenever you're driving, the most efficient way is to turn into the nearest lane. Thank you. Hello from Sweden. My brother, how you doing? My sister, how you doing? God bless. Thank you. And get us a thumbs up, please. Hopefully this content helps you. In Sweden, I know you drive a lot of manuals over there. And speaking of manuals, you want to properly use your clutch. And not completely search the vehicle. When you come to a stop, you push that clutch in, you get it into neutral, right? Thank you. That means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. It's from my heart. Some big things are happening. Let's continue. You got to see the big picture. When you're driving in your neighborhood, in your community, you have little kids running around. You have different things around you. The neighborhoods are the most dangerous place. So you, as a driver, have got to be extra cautious, extra aware of what's going on. Let's continue. You have to have eye movement. If you've seen my content, I look around. I look left, I look middle, I look right. Every 12 to 15 seconds, you want to check your mirror. You have to. You have to know what's going on around you at all times. A lot of beginning drivers stop unnecessarily. If you've been behind a student driver before, they tap the brake and tap the brake and tap the brake. So that's something definitely you want to be aware of if you're making unnecessary stops. Definitely, let's continue. Beginning drivers also stare at speedometer. You want to have your eyes on the road, see the big picture, see what's going on. Beginning drivers tend to be distracted sometimes. There's overwhelming things, your speed control, people driving near you, people turning in front of you, people not using blinkers. It can be very overwhelming. So you really want to be aware. At railroad tracks, you have to slow down and look left, right, and left, or that will be a deduction. Let's talk about speed control a little bit more. You have to de-excel on the exit ramp. If you don't de-excel on the exit ramp, you're going to lose control and you will lose points. That is super important. I always talk about in my content the chevron alignment signs. Those are those chevron signs to the left. You have your warning line to the left. You have your guideline to the right. That's that white line. So you definitely want to make sure that your car is properly centered. Let's talk about direction and space control. Fail to cancel your signal. 100 feet, a half a block. You've got to cancel that signal. If you signal too early, cars behind you are confused. If you signal too late, you could possibly be rear-ended. Excuse me. You always have to keep your eyes open. Keep looking around, being aware. Poor lane tracking. A lot of beginning drivers tend to drift to the right or drift to the left on that second, third, fourth drive. You're drifting all over the road. I get a lot of questions. How do I keep my car straight? You've got to look ahead, straight down the street, and aim high. Okay? That's really important. And it takes practice. It won't happen the first, the second, or third drive. It takes practice. A bad gap is when you pull out in front of traffic. And that is one of the beginning things that I see as an instructor because you don't understand or know when to pull out in front of traffic. So you have to time it. A gap is a space between two cars. Either you're going to pull out in front of a car. Thank you. Either you're going to pull out in front of the car and have adequate room, or you're going to pull out after the car passes you. So that gap is that space. And usually the beginning drivers just freeze and panic. And my heart goes out for them because I see them there in the driveway, oncoming traffic, or the light is changed. So I try to relax them. Okay, the light's red now. It's clear. There's a big gap. They look, they check. They take a deep breath and then they pull out, right? They pull out and then they accelerate. Or sometimes drivers hit the brake instead of the gas, or they jerk the wheel. So you really have to relax. And you can tell with my eyes and energy, this is what I do every day. And I'm really trying to help my drivers make sure they're successful and make sure they reach that goal, because that's what I'm about, having them reach their goal. Um, they fail to move to the right to the nearest lane. So let's review. It's about speed control. It's about making good decisions, and it's about being patient. I want to speak about mom and dad for a second. Your parents are your coaches. Your older brother or sister are your coaches. Whoever sits in the front, it's the co-pilot. Whoever's in the back, you can't talk because mom may say go straight, dad may say go left, you just may stop. I just want to say thank you. And if you find this brought you value, give it a thumbs up. And if you really want to learn how to drive, subscribe to my channel. This means a lot. On M59, a really fast thoroughfare, you got to have good speed control. You've got to go with the flow of the traffic. You have to take your time, because in major thoroughfares like that, people are moving very fast. If the speed limit is 50, they're at 55, they're at 60. So you really have to kind of judge cars. And that's when beginning drivers don't have that experience. You may know how to drive, but there's a big semi truck. It turns out slow in front of you. Or there's someone in a smaller car. They pull out in front of you. So it takes a bit of learning the flow of the traffic, learning cars. Um, Family can be stressful. I've been there. Your mom may be really hard on you. Your dad may be more relaxed. I've been through that through personal stories. So you have to fit and drive to make your passengers feel comfortable. If you're popping that clutch or hitting that gas really hard, your mom might be upset or your grandmother might be upset. You've always seen an old man or old lady who drives really fast or who drives really slow. They're either or. So that's a good learning experience. And the type of cars, you need to realize what type of cars people drive and the type of maneuvers they're capable of doing. That is really important. Merging on the expressway, you've got to pick your spot on that ramp and you've got to accelerate. From my experience, a lot of beginning drivers panic and they go too slow on the ramp. And if you don't have enough speed, you're going to have to abandon that merge. And that's one of the most scariest things for a beginning driver and an instructor. You do not want to go too slow on the ramp. Some ramps are really short and you've got to get up to speed instantly, 35, 45, 55, 60. Other ramps, you can take your time, 25, 30, 35, 40. So you got to know that ramp and know that flow. On your road test, you're going to be taking and merging onto an expressway. They want to see you merge on, get up to speed, check that mirror and blind spot, cancel that blinker, get right into the first lane. And usually they will get you off on the next ramp. That's a very good question. Keep those questions coming. Checking that blind spot too is super important. Hey, Mary, how are you? So it's really important. Ask some questions. I'm here for you. I'm blessed. It's all about you. And, being and teaching drivers here at 21 years, it's a blessing because it's all about getting better. And putting out this content has made me better. And I want to continue to grow and do my best job. So like I said, I'm blessed to have a strong base of people. And if you want to see more content, message me, right? Leave it in the comments. Should I turn right on red on my road test? First, you want to stop. Red means stop. And if you're in it varies on what city or state you're in. You want to stop first and you have to look to your left. You're looking for your left because your light is red. Traffic is coming by. If your light is red, pedestrians are walking by. So you have to consider them first. If there's a sign that says no right turn on red, you stop. So your DMV tester or road tester will take you, Andrew, into different areas to see if you understand the signs, the pavement markings. That's one area where I want to improve on as an instructor. And I want to get my students, because all of you, Mary, Diane, Andrew, Bryson, James, all of you, Diana, all of you are the next generation drivers, right? And I want to learn all I can and give you this information and really get you ready for 2021. So always stop first, Intersections are the most dangerous place. You have pedestrians, you have cars making lefts, cars making rights, pedestrians walking in front of you, they have their headphones on. They're just not paying attention. It's a hot mess waiting to happen. What's the difference between driving an expressway and a highway? An expressway is over 55 miles an hour. A highway is 55 or less. So your mental mindset, people drive 7 to 12 over the limit. So if it's 55, they're going to be doing 60. They're going to be doing 65. If it's 70, they're going to be 75, or they're going to be doing 80. So slower moving traffic stays in the nearest lane to the right. The middle lane is the smoothest lane. The lane to the left, passing lane. And if you're in there to pass, you better pass and get back over because you're holding up the flow of the traffic. I try to get my drivers in all 3 lanes. I want to see you merge out effectively, check their mirror and blind spot, get up to speed, and then I'm smiling. And if I'm comfortable, you're going to be comfortable. And if you're comfortable, we all feel comfortable because it's about you. So you need to know that environment. You need to know where you are. Great questions. I really appreciate all of you coming on today. Please give us a thumbs up and post more questions in there. I appreciate you. I'm going to go now. Thank you.